pleasant welcome again to TDN Africa Media as we bring to you the program Salone Talk. Thank you for joining me wherever you watch me from. Thank God it's Friday, so you get a pleasant weekend. Mina Diana Koka.
And Mina Theophilus Gbenda. Inside the program today, we will look at the front pages of the newspapers as usual. Then we will go to the main issues of discussion. But we want to kindly ask you now for always be part of the TDN family. By way we want to go follow me, and then of course subscribe to the channel and we like who programs them and even share. That's where you can contribute to the sustainability of the media platform, whether for you and for all. So always stay tuned. All right, so inside the program today, President Gbenda launched the Feed Salone Council. This is not a presidential council with a main terms of reference now for CC, the president in priority program for this in second term. Now for ensure say Salone able for feed itself. We will look into that. Then the West Africa Examination Council does set up a committee for look into the examination malpractice where they discover during the last West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Examination will lead to the seizure of 34,525 results from various schools across the country. And at the first time this will get such a massive seizure of results. European Union will not release the independent reports on their findings relating to the June 24 general election. TDN Gbenda, and we will give you a gist of the main issue of the day, when there be a summary of the findings. All right. Then FBC, Fuabe College Mass Communications Faculty, they conduct special English exam on Friday, when at today, for applicants them will go on for go pursue various journalistic courses. We'll go into the details on that. Then President Gbenda appoints Alpha Usman Timbo, when I be the former Minister of Labour and Industrial Relations, as Presidential Advisor on Human Capital Development. Sorry, on job creation. I repeat that again. President Gbenda appoints Alpha Timbo, or as Alpha Usman Timbo, as Presidential Advisor on Job Creation. Wow, that's good. ACC don't ask for 89 billion euros for threats, corruption in the country. Then, as Parliament don't reopen, we don't get information say over 100 parliamentary staff members that they on the verge of being redundant. In other words, they sack them, they don't need the service anymore. And according to the Clerk of Parliament, this is now as part of the ongoing reform of the parliamentary administration. Then the councillors of the Freetown City Council were for now 18 of them, all belonging to the Sierra Leone People's Party. They don't appoint Councillor Ahmed Karim Bangura as the acting mayor for the Freetown municipality. Then lawyer Senga Mara don't take ECSL to the Supreme Court for failing for release the disaggregated data of votes by polling station and by districts. Then lastly, we'll talk about the hard life for some of youth spoilers them, whereby right for the upline, they do farm work, but they do free toya, they do bola, work no day, even outside the Facebook for do, they are getting almost nothing. Because if they pay you 500,000 euros, 600,000 euros, where even they below the minimum wage, what would that do for you? What problem would that address for you? Rent, picking the day, this and that, feeding, all the kinds of the day. So rather than being in Freetown, most of the youths there when they parabolate around for really day that the provinces, I hope say the Feed Salone initiative will get one of the package when I will take as many youth as possible from the urban areas to the rural areas. Let them go focus on agriculture and other things there. So for now, we will go straight to my colleague, my co-presenter, Madam Diana Coker. Diana Coker. You got two types of cockers. You get the cocker, you get the coker. So Diana Coker, you go give me the headlines on the front pages of newspapers where they in front of we. So please stay connected. So and don't forget to like and subscribe.
You don't need information public seminar.
Diana Coker. I'm proud
of being a crew.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So I'm not sounding it.
But in the circumstances, prevailing circumstances, not Salone. We are Sierra Leone.
What is wrong about that? You are what you are.
We are Sierra Leone.
I'm a Conoman. So the circumstances, no circumstances.
You tribe can affect.
Oh, that's a politician.
Even if you are not politician,
you're not a politician, no.
It doesn't matter if you're not a politician. There are things where people they go apply for, they not get them just because.
Oh, that's because of the tribe.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, if that will make me not feel proud of who I be, then make I not get that job today.
Yeah, you gotta be proud of who you be.
Thank you. What is most important?
The time one of my colleagues, my friends say, if you're denying him tribe, I say, wow.
For true?
Of course.
La Creole?
Not so Creole. Not so Creole, self in Alimba.
Alimba?
Just because he applied.
Trouble.
It's so serious. It's a sad situation.
So, what did I tell her say for B?
No, they're not telling her what it for B. Well, what really happened, they called a college journalist and explained to her the situation. Then the journalist, because now a press attaché associated with the SLP government, I say, what you say, if you don't deny, say, not to.
Can you imagine?
He said, you say, you will not deny, say.
You don't go back.
Yeah.
If we're not saying a shabu.
It's so sad.
Wow. And this is the new direction.
The new direction.
We're not for the particular institution there again.
Exactly, the new direction.
It's awful, right?
The new direction. I'm so
and the president is president for Sierra Leone,
yes,
not for any single tribe.
Any single tribe.
Yeah, anyway, let's go on.
Yeah. So we will start off with the Calabash newspaper, and on the front page of the Calabash newspaper, President Bio commits to implement EU election observation for unprovoked pejorative references to a strong, independent Sierra Leone woman. Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden slams at EU observers reports. And during Chief Minister's visit, SLBL, that's Sierra Leone Brewery Limited, appeals for favorable tax regime for local manufacturers. And lawyer Augustine Soisengemara takes ECSL to Supreme Court. From the Calabash newspaper, the Salone Compass on the front page say railway and port lease agreements. SLPP trades national good for selfish gains. CIO updates President Bio. The open space, one-on-one with Chief Minister. Dr. Sylvia Blyden shreds EU Observer reports. Our newspaper report on the front page. New president of Economic Association of Sierra Leone vows to prioritize research-driven agenda. And Oxfam accuses IMF of exacerbating inequality and suffering. The Nation newspaper reports VP urges Ministry of Finance to make timely disbursements. Nigeria, Sierra Leone sign maritime agreements. On the Concord Times newspaper, you get Speaker warns 7 more sittings for APC MPs. Sylvia Blyden slams at EU Observer reports Parliament approves Civil Aviation Authority Executive Director and others. The British High Commission purposeful launch program to tackle sexual and gender-based violence. I think that's purposeful is an NGO, international non-governmental organization. On the Premier News newspaper, US welcome dialogue between government and opposition. Okay, there's a lovely photo there of both the presidential candidates of the All People's Congress Party and that of His Excellency Julius Maada Bio. All smiles. I hope it's just...
That's an old picture.
Is it? Okay.
That's an old picture.
It's beautiful.
But I don't know.
In a very good message.
Whether an old picture is.
Well, whether it's old picture, but I think it's appropriate to put this kind of picture.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Abuja MOU begins training of Sierra Leone port control officers. And also you have on the Premier News, garbage collection helped mother of 2 resist prostitution. Okay, well that's really a good initiative to involve in garbage collection instead of prostitution.
For survival, of course.
Yes. Ahead of inter-party dialogue, APC calls on Sierra Leoneans to pray. Do we really need to pray?
Yeah, we need to pray.
Pray against what?
Let the negotiation not fail.
Okay.
Because I'm not talking. I say if the negotiation fail, it's already a declaration of a war situation. What's a war situation? Not to go on, but there will be a lot of protests, lot of this. I mean, no. So that's it.
Independent Observer gets on the front page. I don't know who really the quotes, but in quotation, the entire process was opaque.
No, it's talking
EU
about the
elections reports.
It's about the election process. It be opaque, which means nobody gets transparency was lacking.
Who are they quoting? They are quoting someone's in quotation.
The EU, they quote the EU. They quote the EU election reports.
Why President Bio must stick with Arise IRP agreements? So President Bio has to stick with that agreement.
Yeah, Arise.
Okay, I think we have another set of papers. Is it the final paper? Independent?
Yeah, that's it.
So that's the final paper for today.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let me start with Arise, their own agreement, the Rail and Ports agreement. It don't dominate the media space for long now. We see a lot of media propaganda. They go on. Even this morning, I'll be listening to Alfonso Manley, one of the civil society people in the country where people are very aligned with the government. I mean, when they talk about this Arise, say Arise get a lot of intentions for the country. They get fiscal locomotive and train cars in the country. They get for do industrial village, industrial zone, Napoloko, and they get for ensure say they will make available train service to people them for being calm and goods and even for transportation for passenger purpose and all that kind of thing. And that the government begets a lease agreement with Kinho, but then they begin for councillor, the councillor agreement there, and so now the government don't get Arise. But then we still away because Arise get a lot of commitments where they make for able to get the concession for being in control of the ports or the rail. So we will foresee on the 26th of this month, Arise don't talk say they go face come 7 train cars in the country. But the question when plenty people they ask, where is the infrastructure? Because before the trains they come, if we don't see the rail lines don't pass, so that they know they can pack them. Because you know, for a train line or rail line, it's not easy. It doesn't happen inside 1 or 2 weeks or 2 months or 3 months or even 6 months. It takes a lot of time and you get a lot of implications because now when they say they want to make the train service, they even come up to Poloko, we even they able to Bo, we able to other side them. How the train will pass in case there are infrastructural dealings or issues for deal with, like people that don't go build the houses or all the kind of compensation for coming inside, who is going to pay all of that? And so you get a lot of complications, but for now it's like the company is putting the cart before the horse. I mean, the trains come in and the infrastructure is not there yet.
Anyway, in the first place, I'm not a question the decision of Radio Democracy, forget Alfonso Mali, now the program for speak on that issue. But I would need to just advise them for they know the kind of guest there for speak on certain issue.
Okay.
Alfonso was not the best person for speak on that issue day.
Okay.
We know an area of speciality now, the quality.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
All this are propaganda.
I know, of
they
course.
They use them, just PR stuff.
That's it.
You know, some of them are ashamed of themselves. Every issue they want for involving, you know, every issue they want for involving.
Well,
you can't tell Sierra Leone if in case this, be so. That must be the situation.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you can't give Sierra Leone information when you're not part of Arise.
Yeah,
if Arise want for talking, they get the communication possible. I speak on that issue day.
I agree with you totally, but Alfonso, the civil society coalition, when they were in the head, they get a wide range of thematic issues them when they look out. So it's not coming from his own personal organization, it's coming from the bigger organization. We get a lot of other civil society organizations that are part of them.
Let us, what if I don't do, let it go tell you what is the problem between Arise and the other company. Will make the situation nowadays so. No, they don't have the facility.
The way he was totally against the previous company.
When you say why, it should not be against.
He was totally against them.
Why?
In fact, the presenter began to stop
him.
In fact, the presenter began to stop and say, no.
So it's not the best
that company is not there for defending themselves.
Exactly.
So because even they say that waiting government they get from Kimbo, that be like nothing, almost nothing. Now peanuts. Now peanuts, so pittance. Now pittance and the Chinese company they pay. But now Arise, a young case a different, especially when they count a lot of packages, for example, the industrial zone and the factory, they even go for do some infrastructural development. They also go for first time 7 train lines or 7 trains them were not just only for mining, but only for passenger transportation and goods.
This now the information they don't feed us.
So with the wait now, but you're right, what you mean to say, even though he went there to speak from the civil society point of view, but that kind of information there, when a policy statement,
exactly.
We want to hear them from the company themselves. Let the company local say, hey, not all we're going to radio.
Exactly.
Understand it?
Exactly.
So that is it. The chief minister visits Sierra Leone Brewery. This is now one of the first private sector establishments where the chief minister go. Sierra Leone Brewery. What's that? They make beer, stouts. You see? And that person they go there, you know, enjoy.
No, Montina did it. So I can talk like that beer is stout shop or any peel. Montina said, if you want to enjoy, you go take Montina. So. That's
good. That's good. But you know, see more of the Montina anyway. You will see more of the beer and stout.
Okay.
Because that's the trade that the Montina just kind of now as an attachment to but really that beer and stout. You see, Sierra Leone Brewery Limited more of alcoholic substance, beverages, and all of that. So beer just come, sorry, Maltina just come along the way, and I even doubt whether the Maltina is being brewed here or not imported. I don't get the details.
That bottle Maltina.
It's happening here,
yes.
right? Okay.
The can I don't know, but the bottle is brewed here.
Well, they said even the bottle Maltina.
They buy the product they say from local pharmacy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorghum or what?
So the sorghum for the beer.
For the beer.
Not for the beer.
Okay, but the
more for the beer. I don't know for the Maltina. And they made to expert for the trade, but I think say.
But what are the interest of a visit?
There must be the beer and start factor, which is crucial.
For police mob. For tax. No,
police mob. That doesn't necessarily we talk about non-alcohol day, where alcohol they lead to a lot of disturbances, this and that. So for let's say Salone will be one of the very first establishments for the chief minister go. They see, even the brewing now they ask the chief minister, they are reduced from the tax system, so go produce more. So people go drink. And the fact is that the beer they got is that they go high. By the way, I'm just coming from that point of view that perhaps that should not have been the first side where the chief minister if I don't go to other areas there where by the way it's okay now Then the vice president called for timely disbursement of funds to MDs. Indeed, and this is not the first time the vice president is making that statement. He has been calling on the Minister of Finance to release funds because the MDs are really strangulating. They really suffer. I mean, we get some situation wherein some MDs, sometimes the first quarter, they see nothing. So they pass the second or third quarter, now they receive something. So most of the time, the MDs are not seen to be effective in their service delivery because of the level of support. Even Parliament at one time, they don't grumble about that, say they are not getting the kind of quick response from Parliament. And even Parliament, they say they now, as a result of that, then they decide not for the go again for any budget hearing. Because they're going to go for budget hearing, the ministry don't approve for the certain quota, then they get up. So what's the essence of going to budget hearing? So they say they are a parliament, they will run themselves. So in other words, they will determine what goes to them. And that the ministry will do on an obligation for give them that money day. But I don't know if that's what it will be, but Parliament is an institution of the state, and so it should go through the same process other MDs are going through.
The ministry will only give it to the able for. Allocate.
That's a good point.
Even if you make certain amounts, during the budget hearing, it's not possible for Gbenda to give all because they don't allocate them. We know say their priority areas: education, health, agriculture. So I think now the need for patience with the Ministry of Finance. They have a lot of work to do. I know they get the expertise that the vice president did the right thing for appeal to them.
But he has been doing it without any impact.
Well, I think he need for take another measure.
No, he can only talk, but not go beyond that. Because that's like what I say. It is about availability of the funds and the priority. So the government your priority not for at the particular time for send money to any MD. Government not money for go towards payment of teachers or for the take of that.
Because I believe that the Ministry of Finance and the Financial Secretary, the Minister of Finance will seek advice from
Because we see the Chief Minister, it was even justifying the removal of subsidies. It's just some man that they look more at the removal of subsidies, then they look at the fact that government going to pay teachers, government going to pay police, they're going to pay soldier man and this and that and that. So as far as I'm concerned, removing the subsidies was just too justified, and that the hardship situation is global, and so we'll have to bear with it.
But this global issue, let them capitalize on global. The amount of money Sierra Leoneans they work per month, now that's some money in one day. Salary where go now.
Absolutely.
Developed country.
Absolutely.
Just imagine waiting people in the work. Then now you buy 100,000 like EDSA, now just 20 units you get. Are you able for sustain 3 hours?
Can you imagine? 100,000 you get 20 units.
20 units.
Can you imagine?
20 units. See how you don't drop drastically.
Can you imagine?
Since you take off government, EDSA, and Guma Valley. the tariff is so exorbitant. It really government therefore look into all that things. They just basic commodities, them people, essential commodities, them, you know, it's so expensive.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much. But the last thing we'll talk about that the fact say, according to the newspaper report, it says 7 more sittings for APC MPs.
The speaker never put pressure on the APC MPs there. The speaker not say dialogue will take place. You know, it not called for. I think if for the relate with the SLP government, ECSL will be part of that dialogue. I wonder why. So there's unnecessary pressure and they give ultimatum. For me, it's not necessary at this particular time.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
Well, the clerk of parliament began a radio the other day, and they asked her the question. They say how the absence of the APC MPs they affects the running of parliament. You know, They say, well, in just feel more that they are not there. They say, but as far as they're concerned, parliament is still going on. They say parliament is doing their work. So with or without the APC parliamentarians, the parliament is gone. That's what they say. That's what the propaganda say. But this now, contrary to what the president be say, where the president make a clear say the House of Parliament not get a 2/3 majority right now, and that there is need for dialogue and negotiation. But finally say guys like Parliamentary, guys like the Speaker, who are absolute SLPP members, I mean, they are looking.
The president is more SLPP than them.
They are looking at it. For us, they are more SLPP than the president, because now they know the jobs that they get is because President Bio is sitting on that chair. If President Bio was not on that chair, then they wouldn't have been what they are right now. Para would never have been a clerk of parliament. Speaker would never have been a speaker of parliament. I mean, and all the candidates. So as far as they are concerned, they are there because President Bio is there. So which means, I mean, it's mutual. So but what I'm going to say is that you're right. The Speaker of Parliament, if I will say there's an ongoing negotiation and reminding the APC guys about this, every Paranto can say after their final cities there, they go write a letter to ECSL for let ECSL send the next batch of APC MPs them, so their current set there, they don't lost their seats. Now so Paranto can.
ECSL again.
ECSL, and then they send names to Parliament. Those ones have been elected to go to the House of Parliament. And you know what I'm saying, na PR system. So ECSL ain't get the list, the order, where the MPs then so right now, if any, God forbid, any APC or any SLP MP die, ECSL know exactly who to replace that person there. There's not going to be any by-election.
It will not help the situation. For me, let wait patiently until we get a favorable outcome from this dialogue.
Right, okay.
You know, I think that's not the only solution for right now.
You're right.
Taran and the Speaker for be mindful of the statements they already make at this particular time.
Okay. And I see several other people that are so conciliatory in the way they talk, like the Minister of Information. You know, back then, now the way they talk, even it, Anyway, let's go to the other issues that now. 17% pass in English language in the last results were come out. 17%, 17 out of 100, and this is like the worst in the West African region. So what does that tell you? Does that indicate that the standard of education has fallen, or that the standard don't not something for be proud of? That's what you think. 17% English exam pass. You get picking the web pass 6 subjects, but they don't get English. And if you don't get English, you don't get university requirement. I don't know if now, because according to what we know is that when you apply for going to university, you get 5 subjects, including English language. That's a requirement. So if you get if you pass 6 subjects without English language, will you get entrance for go do other courses? I don't know. No, we need for some clarification. The only course where I think they take below the threshold for English language and engineering, I think they get a little bit of consideration.
But all the other departments, I think, forget 4 in English language.
Okay.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Wow.
5. I understand to be corrected. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So the quality of education, the minister, according to the minister, he said they don't really improve over the years. But for the
which minister, please?
The then
Sender.
Yes.
Okay.
You know.
No, that's Sender. Go on.
In previous
okay.
and discussion, the way we did,
okay.
You know. But for the fact that this year we see 17%.
70%
passing
out of 100.
You know, it sent a message that we are not making any progress. You know, because English are the basic. You know, of course, if you want to go in any university in Africa, any part of the world, you don't forget your English language. And even in Sierra Leone, if you don't get English language, I don't know for other colleges, maybe Unimark or maybe you get this Namaboka, what's that the figure whether they take cannot really what is conversant with Dandy. So this is a message that there's more to be done in terms of English language than we secondary school them. Whether the question for us, whether they not get the teachers them for teach English language, whether the teachers they say no they upgrade themselves with the syllabus in English language. All of the questions that they will need for ask the questions that they and they need for investigate, you know. Whether is it deliberate on the part of the one where they mark the papers that they, or whether is it a plan between them and WAEC, because we all know WAEC they get this private work. Where do they go? They make money there. What is the value they do with the money? They then the one girls are there. So for less only 17%, not 50%. We all I can say the private school them. From where you go private school, the standard, I communicate with most of the people in the private school, and when they talk to you, the English so accurate, you know, they communicate very well. So I don't say there are other things they involve, but I wonder why. Like I get a discussion with some students there, and they're so disappointed that they failed English language because they know that they have been doing very, very well when they're in a class. You know, from the exercise they give them, they have been doing well. For let them fail English language, it's really, really disappointing, and they feel so bad about it. So someone, even they ask, say, well, let them go with papers them, they can bring the papers them back to the schools them. You know, let them really see where side they go wrong. Where really they go wrong for English language, so that they get able to correct some of their mistakes. But you know, we don't say it's not possible for them present all the papers back to the different schools so that they can see what's the problem.
Surely, I agree with you entirely. And well, we go watch and see how things to go. But really, the standard of education, I mean, both at the secondary and even the university level, is under question. Because even now, today, the 13th of October, college is not still open yet. Because by rights, at the first week, now college will open because, you know, say, November, no, they fight again, December, they get a long break for December. So if college not open now, then what is the issue? So we need to find out
what's up to this week, I think, or yes, early this week. I meet most of the students they go pay.
The bank?
Yeah,
the bank and flop. The bank and flop.
Yes, you know.
The bank and flop. And I tell this now where the money they go na the universities, but then the university government will say the subvention where the granting aid, where the government for the pay for certain students because the government can give granting aid to students them so they go free tuition, this and that. Then when the university say, they're not going to get that easily. So and at that time we went to begin one document from the college where they say they will go on the sit and strike if government not address the issue. But from that time when they talk about that Trinidad video on radio, from that time they will not get nothing. So maybe they have resolved it or they're not resolved it. We don't know which are the update. But it's clear that the university lecturers are far from being happy with their condition of service, and they are thinking about many options on the table, but the fact of the matter is that we want to see them happy so that they are able to do effective teaching. Because what is happening in the universities, Diana, people go to universities and come back empty. Almost empty. I'm telling you. So it's a very serious matter, Diana.
Is it empty? They must take something from
No, but well, if you cannot do, well, empty in the sense that if you don't come out college, much is expected of you, both orally and written wise.
Yeah.
But then if you write something and will not meet the standard, then you are empty, Diana. It means you are empty. If you go speak English outside, you mix your tenses and that, it means you are empty. Because you are supposed to come from the university, battle tested and approved.
And some of them, they can get the best English language.
Oh yes, exactly. So it's okay. It's okay. By the way, we will monitor and see what's happening, but the colleges will not open by now. All right. So let's go to the other issue. We're going to do with Augustine Senge Mara. They don't take ECSL to the Supreme Court for failing to release the disaggregated data of votes by polling station. And I can only hope that Lawyer Mara not just take ECSL to court, if will also take the Freedom of Information Commission to court. Because the first line of action where Augustine Senge Mara take, now for write a letter to the Freedom of Information Commission, demand for that they put pressure on ECSL for release certain information, which is law, that the Freedom of Information Commission can force any government entity for release whatever information as long as they against public interest. So the Freedom of Information Commission duly wrote a letter to ECSL commanding them to release the results. ECSL refused, which is already a violation of the law, and it is punishable by the Freedom of Information Act, that if the commission asks you for information, you refuse for them, they will institute fines, they will even take you to courts. But since the Freedom of Information write that letter to the ECSL, will not really get anything from the commission. Are they under pressure? What is happening? Because otherwise, not therefore don't take ECSL to court. So not even Senge Mara.
If the Freedom of Information no can take further action against ECSL, or they won't fail for submit and for provide the data, then I think they're not useful at all.
Oh, they have become useless.
Yes, the existence of the commission.
Because this is a test case for them.
Honestly, it's a test case, So they're not relevant.
Meaning there's no more hope. There's no more hope.
Exactly.
So they want to talk about
what they created for, they're not a fulfiller.
And this is one of the major achievements of President Bio. Any time they go, freedom of information. Any time they go, that is what they say. So
they cannot instruct ECSL provide this data. They don't demand for them. Now somebody don't come forward and don't write, say, we want for me to provide me with this information.
Yeah.
To the extent they write the freedom of the commission, and the commission said don't write ECSL, but still ECSL, it doesn't mean say they don't respect the institution.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't really respect the institution. So
you see the man even ECSL, remember recently, even for the audit, is it audit or financial statement to the ministry of each government entity, they present a financial statement as to how they spend money. ECSL was amongst those where he refused for submit the report. So is ECSL something else, Diana?
Well, they get the support.
ECSL was on the list.
They get the support, the backing from state authorities. They're not going to feel reluctant, say they're not for comply.
Okay.
But for the fact that they don't care.
Okay. So as far as me concerned, really, Augustine Senge Mara is doing his utmost, but it's very disappointing that he has to go to that level. We don't know how the Supreme Court self could go behave by the matter. Whether they will just throw it away, they say the man will get locus. Maybe they will just throw it away and say, no, you're not going to look us.
No, wait and see. You don't prejudice.
Okay, it's a very serious matter because imagine now the ECSL, the Supreme Court. Let's say second win the case, then the Supreme Court say, when I release the results. And the result is not there. Because the fact say ECSL announced a result. Right? And then I say, okay, good, well and good, you have announced the result. Please, can you please give us the disaggregated data?
Is it ECSL what will make people just just zero mind say they know whatever produce this?
Well,
is it like at that the design hotel we say, no matter whatever you can do, because even they say before the dialogue that can be established.
Exactly.
You know
that things went wrong.
Things went wrong.
Yeah.
The only way you can establish that now when they provide the necessary information for make people like ascertain say yes. These are the evidences, things really went wrong. But look for me, they say they're so complicit saying this, you know, talking at you, doing at you, we will not provide this information to you. That is what
yes, that is it. So if the ECSL boss can just go sit down, Melabio 56%, Samuel Kamara 41%, this and that 12%. Give us the breakdown as to how you arrive at those percentages. But the fact say ECSL cannot provide up to this date the disaggregated data, it means ECSL announced a result that was not even available. And now they cannot produce it. So that is bad, that is bad, that is so bad, that is so bad. Well, we are just saying it because that is how it seems. So they wait for
save you from further embarrassment.
Exactly.
That's simple thing.
Simple! Like drinking a cup of tea.
Exactly. Mohammed Kone, you name all things they are you name that they call your name. Ah, bro. You know, some people have get so much respect for the take up that office day.
Alright.
You know?
Well, it's unfortunate that we still do so there because even the European Union, they still emphasize on the fact say that data must be released.
Exactly.
And they even want the data to be posted online. Yeah, they want it to be posted online. And it was there, but the ECSL, they removed it. They removed it. Denying us access to information. That again is a very serious violation of the access to information law. Exactly. It is a law we're talking about. A law. Anyway, the Freetown City Council mayor elect not take up in office 8. And these councils then begin to operate 2 months ago when the Ministry of Local Government goes swear in the local council, councillors, mayors, and chairpersons. But across the councils, the APC elected mayors or chairpersons, councillors, they are yet to take their seats. So this don't create a lot of gaps in the administration and the effective running of particularly those councils where the elected chairperson or mayor na APC. Example, the Freetown City Council. Now, according to the chief administrator of the Freetown City Council, there are certain things, there are certain decisions where they will take, but only when there is a sitting mayor. So they say they cannot continue to be in this kind of situation.
So like what decisions do? Where they will take?
For example, for increased tax. Now they say business tax is 100 millions. They want to make 150 millions for increased revenue to the council, but they cannot go on with that decision if it is not sanctioned.
Because the chief administrator can take. I think he did the position, but
no. He's limited.
He's limited.
He's limited, of course.
He's signing check. He's doing everything.
Yeah, he's like the vote controller. He's like the vote controller. That's like the permanent secretary, not the ministry. But certain things that the minister will do, the permanent secretary cannot do it. Right? So therefore, they don't go ahead. They say we are going to fill the gap. So 18 councillors, they correctly did at the Freetown City Council, all of whom are SNPP because APC then got 24 councillors, but they are yet to take their seats.
18 SNP councillors.
No, 18 SNP councillors, they don't decide, say, among themselves, they don't choose Councillor Ahmed Karim Bangura of the SLPP as the acting mayor of the Freetown municipality. And during an acceptance speech, he tell a company councillors them, but thank you for say the responsibility with the long year, so he go do am to the best of his ability, and that if the mayor elect Madam Yvonne Akisoya decide for work today, in the hand over to her immediately. He said there was any time. If there was any time, there was time. It's not a hand over. It's not over. And me, I think say I support the decision. I support the decision for let her get an acting mayor, right? But what the mayor will support, because in the last tenure of the council, Madam Mayor elect, at the time she was the mayor, she was not seen eye for eye with the chief administrator. And even now, on a radio program, the chief administrator he sent a congratulatory message to Madam Yvonne Akisoya, but she did not respond even. So, you know, why not? Why not? This is the cause for that. If they send to you a congratulatory message, what is wrong? I say thank you. No, but it is true. No, the chief administrator will not lie. He will not lie. He will not lie, Diana. Okay. Right? So it is an attitudinal issue on the part of the elected mayor for say, even if you're your enemy, if you don't say congratulations, thank you. That's that. It's okay, Diana. That's that. Now, like when somebody greet you, you don't answer them. Right? Somebody, Diana, go show, they deliberately don't answer them. No, that is not administrative enough. I mean, no. And so we didn't expect, what we expect is that when this elected mayor they take office, the current chief administrator should be moved to another council. Otherwise, they will still have a situation wherein they need to see eye for eye. And at the end of the day, who takes the blame? It is the elected mayor. The chief administrator not going to answer any question about the failure of council. It is the mayor. So the mayor can say, I'm not ready to work with this person. Because if they force that guy there and that council there, because it's like, I mean, it's the Ministry of Local Government, they're happy with the situation. Even when there was a problem, whenever they investigate the mayor, we all be agreeing where there be discussions around this and that, how the chief administrator say, anything, and now we have this and that, now we have this and that. So now we begin for scrap even the mayor in delivery task force, they begin for scrap them. They say because it not be transparent, it not be this and that and that. So meaning they expect say the mayor will go down there again and work with the same chief administrator. He should be moved to another place. And as far as they're concerned, now that they have an acting mayor, whether Madam Akisoya go or not, the business of council they go on.
That's not a decision.
Yeah.
How things go on phone at times.
That is it anyway.
You know.
Okay, so we go take another issue. Now we get a situation wherein MDs, they all go present them budget expectations for consideration. So for instance, the ACC then go with a proposal for say they want 89 billion euros, not a million euros, 89 billions. Now they want 89 billion new loans. Now the ACC want because they say most of the offices and the provinces now rented offices, and they want to get the offices there. They want to recruit more personnel. They get a lot of cases there where they get personnel shortfall. They will also get logistical difficulties and other things that they need for put in place. So according to them, they will be able to do a very effective work with this amount when at 89 billion euros. Well, since 2018, ACC not able for mobilize or for recoup about 38 billion euros from various people when we get issues of financial impropriety or corruption, when the commission decide for settle out of court. So the commission from 2018 to now they don't recoup over 38 billion euros when they go present to the president. I mean, you know, and of course one of the time when they go present a check to the president say this money we will do a diagnostic center. So people in the past will say, that money when the APC will be the thief. Now we use for build that place there. But tell now that center, and maybe Ghana, you know better about that center there.
Really.
Have you been there?
Any
have you been there? Have you been to that diagnostic center?
I don't turn the soil.
But because that center there, if you address issues there where somebody come here, go to Guinea, sorry, Ghana, Senegal, even England, America, that diagnosis center there for taking care of all of that country, but it is yet to be seen.
You know, it can cost a lot. So I think there's still the try for further other ways for raise money added to waiting they don't recover.
The person will say that money go do. If we say that money go do, as far as we concerned, that was the message we got. That he said with this money.
Well, the problem is see where we get at this country, where things not happen, they tell when they say for happy, then they get it back, then they update the public on the things that they, they forget a system in place where the Ministry of Information for the give people the regular updates.
You're right.
And then Guillaume may say this thing for status to take, but unfortunately, we don't meet the speculated thing.
Exactly.
This is not the reason. In a patient way, blah 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 blah. This money will still keep them not divert. Maybe they don't divert the money.
So me they call on the ACC. This na money where they recoup from people where they say they corrupt, they be thief government money, this and that, they don't return them. Me they ask for the ACC, may they do a follow-up on the money and on the diagnosis center, whether it is there. Otherwise, the ACC again will simply say, just like the Freedom of Information Commission has become a toothless bulldog. What do you think, Diana? When they say toothless bulldog, that dog was in the back, in the bed.
But I think there's no difference between the commission.
What are the difference, please?
They're able to recover. You know the amount there, and it's a huge amount, so that the government for invest. Me not even blame on ACC.
No, it's about following.
Now this money don't go back at the consolidated fund.
No.
It left now for the necessary stakeholder authorities for take the necessary action.
Yeah.
For begin implement the project.
Exactly.
So we don't need for blame the
and blame them.
And they have presented to no less a person but His Excellency the President. We see him openly.
So they should follow the money.
I don't follow the money. You don't
follow the money.
You don't give the president.
You don't give the president. The president said in the diagnosis center. Mr. President, why is the center, sir? Simple question. Otherwise, let them account for the money. It's big money we're talking about. Anyway, so President Julius Maada Bio appoints Alpha Ousmane Timbo as presidential advisor on job creation. Because mind you, the president said it will create over 500,000 jobs. So obviously he needs somebody to advise him on that, right? So Ousmane Timbo, he was Minister of Labor and Social Security. So as far as President Bio concerned, he has the requisite experience to advise him on the way forward. Just like where that is there, where he appoints Alpha Wuri as presidential advisor on human capital development. We will talk say we for experts in that area. What do you think? Alpha Ousmane Timbo, presidential advisor on job creation.
As you state,
job creation.
The Minister of Labor, they also had the labor union at that time.
Exactly.
So I think it not really the problem.
So he is better placed.
I'm sure, yes, okay. I want to believe so.
Okay.
Because he don't deal with them and he don't really know the problem. So I think he can understand how to go about for create jobs then.
Okay.
So I think for me,
it's a worthy appointment. It's a worthy appointment. Okay, I agree with you, Dana.
He's still energetic. He still gets,
He wanted to be president even.
He wants to be president.
He wanted to be president. He was one of those who stood. Yes. All right. So make I read the appointment letter. Yeah. Let me fair to the appointment letter addressed to Mr. Alpha O Timbo, ESQ, because he's a lawyer. I write to inform you that it has pleased His Excellency, the President, Brigadier Retired Julius Maada Bio, to appoint you as Presidential Advisor on Job Creation. The terms and conditions of service in respect of your appointment will be communicated to you in due course. I am to congratulate you on your appointment and to wish you success in this assignment. Your appointment will take effect from the day you report for duty.
That's the same format.
Oh, the same format. Yeah. So if you have a report next month now, for now, if Namibia get this guy appointment, and they go first or second first, and they go sleep for 3 weeks.
No,
and the rest then I'm at school.
You report the next day because if you begin your salary.
No, I am very sure that Alpha Tigo will not even report today. He will not report today because he was not expecting to be sacked as Minister of Labour. So now at least they don't. So now big relief for her. It was very stressful.
Another appointment, they appoint somebody else.
When they pull up on that budget day, there was somebody tell me say it took over 2 weeks in a minute sleep. Let's sleep a day. This just feel bad that it can be removed from office just like that.
That's always then that you mind.
No, they never help you.
If you always get a fallback.
Okay.
Because 5 years, in case President Biona may come back to power.
No, that
the ECSL may do a free fair election without no rigging. Then President Biona lost the election.
Okay.
You just forget a fallback.
I don't understand. You say
somebody they fall back.
The ECSL will do
a free and fair election
without any rigging. Yeah, announced election.
This past 2023 election.
No. It's the fairest and most transparent election ever we don't get.
So you see politicians there.
So you're talking about the 2023 election?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, that in case that time in the situation, President Biona lost the election.
No.
So they always forget a fallback. So if in case, like most of the ministers don't know appoint their back. So when they go into politics, no things if President Biona go to and therefore you therefore be appointed.
Yes.
All the time you go for them to
even when they go put as in respect and labor, they say people are up than that when they go call again. They say people are calling him there, people are praying for him, even somebody pray, So anyways, the program will go on. You listen to TDN Media Africa. Me at Theophilus Gbenda, the coming more fire. AKA
no, me not get
Iron Lady. AKA Iron Lady or Lady Diana. Lady Diana. Alright, the program will go on. Stay tuned and stay fixed. We will now go to FBC. FBC is going to conduct a special English exam for applicants. They will for go when they seek admission for go pursue degree programs in broadcast journalism, print journalism, development communication, public relations, and marketing communications. And like I said, the exam slated for the 13th of October, which is today. And even if you get one per English language, you go sit this exam, you fail them, you are not going to be admitted, Diana. Hello? But why only for the mass communications department or faculty?
I think that will be the situation.
Okay. Go on.
That will be the situation. Don't take a short break, we can continue.
Alright, okay, we'll take a short break quick. Stay tuned, yeah?
Credible information, TDN Africa station, TDN Africa Media, for news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media, information. TDN at the station. TDN Africa Media. Yeah. For news and entertainment. TDN gets the latest. TDN Africa Media. Yeah.
College conducting English exam. So even if once you get one, if you go fail the exam, you don't fail. You are not supposed to go for the side.
Really?
Oh, you don't go for all that college will go. So like, a lot of dropouts there as a result of this.
It will be very difficult for you one day you go fail the exam. You cannot face that any. I can just check, just test you and the knowledge no more. I think that basically things that you go English
Okay.
So when you don't get one per was and you fail the exam, then there's question.
Okay. It's a serious matter anyway. So now we'll go to European Union. The reports taking us 7 minutes Nick, I don't know. Can that be accommodated? We take it or we leave it for some other time. We will definitely do that. But now they talk about something else. President Bio don't launch the 5th Salone Council. The events take place on Monday, 9th October, na State House, and a demonstration of a presidential commitment towards achieving a major campaign promise, which is to ensure that the country feeds itself. As it is right now, the country depends very heavily on importing food stuffs from China, from other areas. For instance, let's alone, the government, they subsidize or they spend or not, whatever they call them, over $300 million every year for those big companies and country when I was staple food. So now government say, Salone, not for that can stress the anymore, that we will stop all importation, and that before this 5 years done, the country will not able for them a position wherein it's able for feed itself and not need food from anywhere, any side of the world. Okay. You must say something there now.
Yes, I think earlier they don't launch the project itself.
Okay.
I think
no, not the project they launched actually. Now that will be a feed salon round table discussion. Yeah, the actual launching will take place sometime I think so, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So now that's a council. A team for where they constitute.
Yes, and a team of MDs, government ministries, agencies and departments, plus the private sector. Because the government never said they cannot achieve this without the private sector. So the private sector is very crucial in all of this. So for now, we don't know would I go for head the council. But what plenty people they ask is the relevance of the council. We will get the Ministry of Agriculture, they will also get the ministry or the office, special office set up by Dr. Kanda Yukela for look at food security, climate change, and renewable energy. Diana.
So just hope that the responsibility, I think they're only for the complement each other. They will not see that the same responsibility they get. They're not going to make any, dividend, doing the same thing, and then they're going to bring some. I know they're not going to make the implementation smooth at all, because we don't see over the years where same function. MDs, they get a similar function, it can really cause problem to really projecting the collapse.
Okay.
So we hope that this council, and as we talk about the office of Dr. Kanda Yukela, the functions they will be split, we are not going to get the new responsibility will be clearly stated, you know, so that they don't really interfere into overlapping functions,
yes, exactly.
you know, for avoid duplicate, how you can say,
duplication of functions. Because at the end of the day, now the state is suffer. Exactly. Because the state could go, they pay for duplicated functions, they will see the result. But then let me ask you this hypothetical question. What would be your reaction if 5 years down the line, when President Gbenda say, after that 5 years day, we will ever import rice in this country. 5 years down the line, we are still importing, and then the rice price keeps skyrocketing. What will you say, Diana?
For me, personally, I don't add another 5 years. Because for me, I mean, the thing say, the Thomas Bomb project is the deportation of rice.
Okay.
We not for the import the quantity, we will the quantity, we will the import. You know, at least we don't see a drop in the amount of rice we will import.
Okay.
But it's just the same. Nothing not change, even with the existence of the Thomas Bomb project.
Okay.
So now they don't launch this project. We wish President we want to say something.
But they pay for them.
Because we want to make them only the deal when they take for import or when they comes from the one where they import, how they can say the dollar, the amount of money they give them.
Yeah.
You know, they can invest time into so many other things.
Okay.
You know, and that will help the country a lot. So in the next 5 years, we are really hopeful. I'm hopeful that we will see a situation as Salone where all the rest of the Salone will be fire too.
Okay.
Because
and if that not happen,
if that not happen, it's a disappointment. It's so disappointing, and it's a shame on the government.
On the government or President Bill?
Well, they all must take responsibility because they are there to support the president.
Because but the leadership,
they need for support.
Leadership is crucial.
Leadership is crucial. Therefore,
leadership is crucial. For instance, if you say you fight against corruption, no, you say zero tolerance.
You say for manifest say yes.
They say no second cow. You say no second cow. It takes leadership. Because something like that, if President Bill not said, do it, you will not do it. So President Bill is like a strong man. And then that's exactly what Obama talk say. Africa don't need strong men. We need strong institutions. That's right. When I get my channel, President Bill, it's the strong man mentality. So what we wish at the German colleague Dana, for which the president went in this field Salone drive, and we hope say inside the next years Salone will begin to see signs of us feeding ourselves by, because as it is right now, we don't continue that's what they go now. It's far more expensive past the rest where they come from China, Malaysia, other side them. So when we begin to see the table don't begin turn, that real price become cheaper than the imported guys, they will say these are good signs that we will get there.
So
otherwise it will be disappointing.
Right people around them for here the necessary.
Some of you will use some harsh words there.
Because during the last 5 years, there was no need for the president for removing food security by the ministry.
Oh yes,
and then it became failed.
Okay.
You know,
right.
In terms of feeding the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't get the right people of advice.
Then,
you know,
for that the right people. But then on the Thomas Bomb projects, right, they are having so many constraints. They are having so many constraints. Because right now, the main issue is that even for harvest the rest when the plants, it's difficult. Then two, for trash the rest, they don't get the kind of meal. No, the kind of meal.
It's a donor giving project.
Yeah, but they are.
I feel say when you a project like that, part of the all the things there where you need, all for them factor inside there. What you know say the way for use, the machine there, the necessary equipment there. It's a big project, not a small project too. So why don't they not factor inside in a budget?
It is very likely that funds we forgot towards the projects. I diverted elsewhere there now. So right now, I was listening to Abdullah Bumwai the other day. He said their greatest challenge is that the kind of rice mills they run in the country not able for satisfy the total bomb operation. And man, the total bomb is in 3 districts. They are in 3 districts. Yeah, so it's a very challenging.
I hardly hear him speak anyway, so it's not that he talk.
No, he was thinking about the fact that they get challenges. But he give assurance. He give assurance soon that will be a thing of the past. So that does it. So we will still have to go for the EU thing, and after that now we can just wrap up. Okay, so EU begins a press conference for go deliver the final reports of the whole observation of the June 24 election, the posts, and then the pre-election processes, and then the tabulation of results, the announcement of results, and all of the kinds of they will not preliminary say the process will lack credibility and transparency. They don't come out with the final result and repeat the same things them and make 21 recommendations, some of which are very serious demands for the government put in place reform measures for make sure say we not get that kind of situation there again. But the report was physically presented first to the president at State House before it was made public or before it was given out to members of the public. So what do you think for that set a damning report be handed over to the president himself?
No one was here that. You can't publish a report and then you know make you wonder what you capture in the report, get an idea of what it contains inside the report. Okay. But for me, I think say it was a very short period of time to determine the go present and to the public. But I think say the president able to grab something because he tweets.
No, the president said a tweet. He said a tweet message. He said Ingo Esha said they work on the recommendations.
The recommendations. So
they work on the recommendations. He said that and that.
So he accepts.
Yeah, he accepts. Yes, he said they work on the recommendations. They will mention their reforms, and then for the report was also delivered to ECSL, but Cornell was not there to receive it. Now that guy how do you call that guy? That commissioner at the south or east, where we even challenge, say that they don't allow a regime change. Now he received the reports. By the way, now listen to what's in the chief observer be say for that particular event day. That's 7 minutes. That's clear with us, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, estimated members of the press. I am delighted, of course, to be back here in Sierra Leone again, here in Freetown, to present the European Union's election observation mission's final report. As you know, we presented the preliminary report in June when I was here, 2 days after the election day, but the election is a process. So starts before the elections, during the election day, and after the election days. So it is my honor to present the final report. I will speak about the report very shortly, but first let me express my appreciation to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and to the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone for having invited the European Union to observe these elections and for their readiness to continue a fruitful engagement with the European Union. This final report I am presenting today is the most important part of our election observation here in Sierra Leone. This report gives a comprehensive and evidence-based account on the 2023 general elections and offers 21 recommendations aimed at improving the way elections are organized, managed, and conducted in the future. I will speak about the way forward very shortly. But before that, I will give a brief account on the mission's work here in Sierra Leone. Our team arrived in Freetown in mid-May. By the end of May, we already had our long-term observers deployed to all 16 districts of Sierra Leone, where they observed the work of the election management bodies and election preparations. Our observers also observed numerous rallies and met with candidates across the political spectrum. They also engaged with citizen observers, human rights and democracy activists, as well as with journalists. Our dedicated teams of media and social media monitoring were observing how the campaign unfolded in the traditional media and online. So both online and offline. On election day, more than 100 observers went to polling stations in all 16 districts of Sierra Leone to observe the opening, voting, and counting of the ballots. So 100 EU observers. After the closing of the polls, our observers were present at all tally centers, following the tabulation of results. Our analysts were at the National Tally Center when the final results were announced. To sum it all up, in line with the well-established EU methodology, we were on the ground since the start of the campaign. Our observers were present during each and every step of those elections, gathering a wealth of information in the process. These knowledge analyses and first-hand observations are the basis of our final report. I know you all are eager to hear our overarching assessment of this process. First, I would like to stress that these 2023 general elections underscored a clear commitment among the Sierra Leonean people to the democratic processes. Citizens in large numbers actively participated in the electoral process before and during the election day with dedication, with patience, and resolve to exercise their democratic right. On election day, voters patiently waited to cast their ballots. Dedicated poll workers strived to ensure a smooth voting. Citizen observers were at all polling centers, and journalists provided regular reports. This was a very strong and encouraging sign. However, there were also issues that we, as a friend of Sierra Leone, observed and are imperative to address. Firstly, political violence shrank the space of political participation. This was observed by the EU Election Observation Mission in at least 6 districts. We also saw disproportionate use of force by security agencies on several occasions. And here I want to stress, violence has no place in elections, neither here in Sierra Leone nor anywhere else on the globe. Also, I want to speak about the tabulation of results that proved to be a key issue, a tipping point. The ECSL did not ensure transparency at this very crucial stage of the process. Our observers, as well as citizen observer at the tally center, could not conduct a meaningful observation of the tabulation of results. Despite repeated calls from observers, the ECSL did not publish the disaggregated result data. Lack of transparency and limitation on independent scrutiny leaves space for doubt and stains an election. This takes me to the most important part of our final report, the recommendations. The elections highlighted an urgent need for reforms to enhance transparency and inclusion. To build overall trust in future electoral processes, and we as observers and friends of Sierra Leone have identified 7 priority areas where result steps are necessary to uphold regional and international standards for democratic elections and to help democracy strive. In total, there are 21 recommendations. We found 7 priority areas. Our first 3 priority recommendations advocate for the conduct of elections. First step would be the publication of the final voter registry.
All right. Well, you don't listen to what's in the chief observer for the European Union say for that particular statement. Well, Naso will bring the cutting down, Ghana.
I think most of the things there, so I think they were that what they is.
Okay. Okay. Oh, you mean most of the recommendations?
Yeah.
All right.
So just hope that government, as the president of police,
yeah,
for make sure say they look into the recommendations, then they will look into them so that in future for other elections, we put the same mistakes there.
Yeah. And of course, the may say the European Union will congratulate the presidents because they still get no doubt over the process. The process will lack transparency and all that kind of thing.
Well, congratulate or not, he is still president.
He is still president, but the credibility is completely. Yes, to be president is not just to be.
If you hope now that they ensure that this is not repeating itself again.
Okay.
As you say, leadership before. Show that leadership qualities there now, and avert such occurrences that may not happen.
Alright, so then lastly, APC say follow pray for the Commonwealth and the peace dialogue. Well, prayer is very crucial, so we can only remember them. We will see them, both parties involved. Both parties involved and the international players, let us give them wisdom, let them be able to resolve this matter amicably. And in doing that, they have to put Sierra Leone first. They have to put aside all pettiness on all aspects of saying, no, we didn't agree. We want them to come up with a final solution and a way forward. We want to see our country move from where it is right now. Although the guys there, when the SFP, they say the country move, we never say but the country is not moving as it should. Because even the president will not recognize that. Say there's no total majority. So there's a serious issue there. So anyway, you are there, Africa.
Yes, we are project. Thank you for your time when you joined me. Have a blessed weekend. Enjoy yourself, but please stay safe. Till then, see you Monday.
All right. So I mean at Theophilus Gbenda, like always, I appeal to say you have to be part of it all. This is a media development process. And so you have to show that you appreciate what you are doing by liking our posts, by subscribing to our network, and by sharing, to others. Because when you subscribe, you will always get alerts anytime we do program. That is the advantage of subscribing, right? We are not in competition, but we say it's good to know that we are working and that people are listening and they are also trying to be part of it all. Thank you so much to the technical man, Brother Tijan, and also thank you to the other colleague, Brother Gbenda, for making all the moves around. But then, thank you also to the CEO and then the entire TDN family. Till then, Tata, wishing you all a blessed weekend. Stay out of violence, stay out of trouble.